Welcome back to Rise Up Tonight. Let's head in the nest with Kelly, Tori, and this week's special guest, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz.
As you can see, we are on location at Mercedes-Benz Stadium this week for our In the Nest segment. Kind enough to join us on a very busy week for the stadium is Adam Fullerton, the VP of Operations here at the stadium. And tell me about this week, because you have 4 major events, 2 Atlanta United games, 2 Falcons games in 7 days here.
Yes, it's a busy week. We are in the heart of our busy season. College football's in town, in season rather. MLS is in season. Falcons are back. This is when we are truly at our best.
Absolutely. Yeah. What goes into kind of doing this week? Like, how far in advance do you have to start putting things on the calendar and start getting these balls kind of moving?
It's a kind of a fun game we do here. Every year we wait for that NFL schedule and MLS schedule to be released, and we kind of see these weekends coming from months away. We circle them on the calendar. We know that we're going to have probably 2 to 3 of these scenarios where we have some back-to-back overnight work, where it's United and then the following day Falcons. This year was a little bit worse than last year, but that's okay. That means more opportunities for our team.
You don't get any vetoing, powers like, hey, can we maybe do this week instead?
There's a small ability to kind of dictate schedule based on certain conflicts like that, but by in large part, the league set the schedule with some feedback, and then once it's set, that's it.
As we can see here, just when we are actually here right now, you guys are setting up for an event that's coming up. So I think this is a thing that fans don't really realize about the stadium. 365's, a year operation that you guys are putting together here. You're doing events like this. It's not just games.
We're one of the busiest venues in the country for sure. Because of our wonderful roof, we become an arena. We are an indoor facility that could and should be programmed almost every day. So we're setting up here on Tuesday for an event Friday, and then we will flip out of that event Friday and really start full steam getting ready back for Falcons game on Sunday.
So I think fans see the turf, right? And they're like, well, how hard can the transition be, right? All these games are played on turf. You're not mixing up the surface or anything like that. So give a fan some insight on why these transitions are so hard from like a United game to a Falcons game.
Yeah, so our turf, despite all the paint you see on it now, is actually all green. Everything you see on the field is painted. So there are some other venues out there that have some pre-sown lines that are built into the field. Not the case for us. So everything you see out here has to be cleaned and rinsed off in a very kind of specific, particular manner, and then dried, and then repainted for the next event. It takes about 8 hours to paint a football field. A little less time for a soccer field, but usually you're cleaning a football field prior to painting that soccer field, so that the hours matter. You want it to be quality. You need time to properly groom the field, and it's not just the field. That is the base of our business. That's where all the events are played, but it's all the signage, all the decor around the building. It's cleaning the building. You welcome 70,000 people in on a Saturday night, and then at 1 o'clock on Sunday you're bringing people back. That's a whole lot of cleaning that's got to happen in that time. With our zero waste program that we operate here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium through our True certification, that means we're hand sorting all of that trash at our waste dock. We call it our resource recovery room. That's really difficult to do in that short window of time. So that will typically bleed 2-3 days past the event. So you kind of stack all those different things on top of each other. It's cleaning our exterior. It's so much bigger than just the field.
This stretch that you guys are going to have, these 7 days, these 4 major events, where does this rank as far as, because I know you guys do like the SEC Championship is a hard turnover from you guys for the Saturday and then the Sunday, Falcons 1 o'clock kickoff. Where does this kind of rank as difficulty?
This one is tough. We've had a few tough stretches. Even just like the 3-night concerts with Beyonce, the 3 straight nights of Taylor, those take a toll on the staff too. That's guest service, that's security, that's additional police officers that are working detail work. 3 consecutive nights of anything is a challenge. That definitely creates a little bit of burnout by the end of it. This one a little bit different, but it's over the course of a week. You're asking a lot out of your staff, and we ask them to deliver like a world-class guest service experience. We want that to be how Mercedes-Benz Stadium is known, and 4 events over a week will test that by the end of it for sure.
No kidding.
I think one of our hardest ones was New Year's Eve 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, with the Peach Bowl.
Yep,
I remember
Peach Bowl,
that one.
Georgia and Ohio State. If you recall, the game ended right at like the stroke of midnight.
Yes, I remember. That's
then,
right when the
field goal.
Yeah.
And then there's the trophy presentation. There's
everywhere.
confetti. There's that whole piece. I don't think we truly got a hold of the field till about 2:30 a.m.
Oof.
And the Falcons were coming the next day at 1 a.m. 1 p.m. Your team and the staff shows up at like 6 a.m. So just because it's a 1 o'clock kick time, that doesn't mean that's when we get ready, right? We have to be ready really no later than like 6 a.m. So 4.5 hours to really get the critical thing done, and then it's prioritization. Where are the teams coming first? Who are the first people in the building that need something cleaned or prepped, and you start there and then you work your way out.
I think fans think, when that clock hits 0-0 and whatever the game is, all right, next time I'll see the stadium is the next time I come here for a game, but there's so much operating in between. What's the turnaround time normally, quote unquote, for maybe a United or a Falcons game for that next event?
I think a comfortable time for us would be 8 hours.
Okay.
8 hours to really own the building, have the building with not a lot of distraction, and let us get after it.
What keeps you up at night? Is it knowing that there's confetti falling onto your field at a championship game? Is it free hot dogs and now there's hot dog wrappers everywhere? What is it that keeps you up at night knowing, that's going to be a headache to clean up?
Yeah, it's usually probably a combination of those. The confetti is always a challenge, right? It's just a difficult thing to clean up. I think safety is something that always comes back and keeps you up a little bit. You want to provide the safest field, the safest pitch that you can possibly provide. So, of course, you'd like more time to do more to that surface prior to handing it over for the next event. And then safety for our patrons and just general cleanliness coming back into the building. You don't ever want to sacrifice our high standards that we have and present the building in a way that doesn't present the way we want it to. But we've never done that, right? We've got an incredible staff that's pretty seasoned.
How many people does it take to make that transition from like one game to the next day's game?
Yeah,
if you can even put a number on it, maybe.
You got to think in the food and beverage operation alone.
Right.
Breaking down a stand at the end of the night, cleaning that stand and then restocking it and having it ready for the following morning. I'd say on the food and beverage side, probably a few hundred people just in that. And then for cleaning the stadium, cleaning the field, flipping all the banners and the decor, you're talking another 400 people easily.
Wow.
So you're over 1,000 people.
Why is it that you are so passionate about it? Like, what is the moment that you kind of have a payoff?
There's usually two things. Finding the first guest or kid that enters the building with a giant smile on their face.
Aww.
They're typically running, and you're asking them to slow down. The joy you see on people's face when they come in is definitely one of them. And then it's kickoff. Whatever event, football or soccer, it's that first kick. Try to find a place in the building where you can take that moment in. I love game day. I love match day. That's what keeps me coming here, and it comes down to bringing happiness to people.
Hey Atlanta, this is Head Crack talking, and you watching Rise Up Tonight, presented by AT&T.